Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. Things look different, yeah? Well, I tell you, it's because I have been able to move some things around. So that's great. My background is behind me, which is why it's blurry, because that's my whole room. It's a mess. But my nail polish is back there. You can kind of see it on the walls. It's weird when I put my hands here. My laptop's over there. Anyway, as you can see, we have a box here, and this is the Orly Colorpass subscription box. This is the fall themed one. So we're gonna open it and then we'll do some nails. So this is what we have when we open it up. They always put the paper in there, so let's take that out. And they give us some extras sometimes, and so we've got these stickers, and they've given us some stickers in the last couple of boxes as well. So I do have some that are pretty similar, like in size and format, I guess. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't really love stickers for nail polish because unless your nail polish is thoroughly dry, it likes to curl up on the edges, and that's ugly. So you need to wait like till the next day to put your stickers on, but who's got time for that? If you're using gel, go ahead and put stickers all day. If you're using nail polish, do water decals. They're seamless and they're perfect. Here's our little card. So this does just talk about the polishes that are in here. It is called Terra Nova. So we have this color, which is more of a purple in my vision, but the color in this monitor is different. Well, that may be because I've been tampering with the color correction. Anywho, it's close enough. So here's the back. They do come with a little tutorial of a nail art style that you could try out if you want to. So the colors we have are called Starlit Shale, Bedrock Bloom, Earth Fire, Gilded Dune, Sky Stone, and Rustic Root. These are very earthy colors, which is definitely my vibe. And then our free gift is going to be a bottle of One Night Stand, their peel off base coat. I don't love this peel off base coat. It doesn't have any hold at all. So when you put it on there, those are coming off real quick. Very next day, most likely. And I like mine to last at least a couple of days. So I figure that's probably the best one to use if you're doing like swatches and you want to peel them off really quickly. So now we have this. Here is our peel off base coat, or the One Night Stand. I mean, it's a pretty bottle. I just wish it had a little bit more strength to it. And then our box is in here. So here's the box. I think it's actually quite cute. Return to the Earth, Terra Nova. And look through a new lens. Okay. And then when we turn it over, it does show us again some swatchy examples. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 creams and then 2 shimmers. As we begin to sunset the year, we return to the earth and shift to moodier jewel tones. I love jewel tones. These rich, grounded hues come alive with vibrancy and curiosity as Terra Nova invites us to look at our home planet through a new lens. Let's open it up. So these are the colors. So we have this purple one, and this one's like a fuchsia pink. This one's a bit of an orange. This is the yellow. And then we've got this like tealy blue, which is not what it looks like in that camera. I'm gonna try and fix that. And then this one's like a rusty red. We need to make swatches of these though, so I will be right back and we'll do that. Okay, so I've made some adjustments. We're gonna do our swatches. So first we are doing Starlit Shale. This is our purple shade. All right, yeah, so that is definitely a jewel toned purple. I think that's really pretty. I like that shade. The next one is Bedrock Bloom. This one is a bit of a fuchsia-y type pink. It looks a little bit red in there. There's nothing I can do about it without making it super bright in here maybe. And so look at that. Very creamy, very floral. This would make a great color for like roses or maybe even carnations, something frilly. I like it. The next one we're gonna do is Earth Fire. This one is our orange. It's not a neon orange, but more of a terracotta orange, but not as brown. All right, look at that. Okay, so this one kind of reminds me of like tomato soup. It's kind of that watered down tomato look with a little bit of cream in it. I don't like tomato soup. And then we have Golden Dune. This one I'm actually really excited to try. It's this yellow, but it's got this green shimmer. I don't know if you can see it, but I think it looks really cool. There we go. Yes. Very pretty. It kind of reminds me of a crayon called Goldenrod. It was my favorite color for making lions when I was a kid. It looked a lot like this, but less shimmery. I like this one. The next one is Sky Stone. This is our tealy-ish blue shade. Okay. So this one actually makes a lot of sense. It does remind me a bit of a sky, and not like your sunny outside sky, more of like it rained, but now that's going away and everything's a little bit gloomy kind of sky. Last but certainly not least, Rustic Root. This is our copperest one, and it is also a shimmer. Okay, look how beautiful that is and how thick and creamy. This is definitely a one coater. Look at that opacity. I like this color. I'm a big fan of copper colors. And there's another Orly called Stop the Clock. It's a little bit more brown than this one. Also one of my favorites. But this one I like a lot. It's almost bloody, but shimmery. All right, so these are the colors from the Terra Nova collection. I've got to decide what kind of nails we're gonna do. Put in the comments what kind of ideas you have that would go perfectly with this. I'm gonna get my supplies together and come back and we're gonna paint. See you in a minute. All right, so I might look a little different. That's because it's a different day. But we're ready to do the nails. I've got some picked out that I'm liking the idea of, and so that's basically what I'm going to use for my inspiration. I've got my supplies together. First, we need to use a nude to put down a base. This one is called Nourishing Nude. It is from Orly. As you know, Orly is my favorite nail polish brand. I do have a peel off base coat actually already on here. I hope it's dry enough, but we'll see. All right, so I like this nude in particular because it is so sheer. So if you just want like a light coverage, thinking of it like a BB cream maybe, then one coat is plenty. I like to do 2 coats though, because I want a little bit more than a light coverage. However, that does not then make it like super opaque like a cream. So I think with a polish like this, it gives you enough customization that it really can be tailored to work in different ways. All right, so that's one coat. I'm gonna let that dry and then we'll come back and do the second. All right, we're ready for our second coat. This one's gonna add a little bit more opacity, but not make it completely opaque. Okay, so these are gonna dry. Then we're gonna go in with a quick dry top coat just to solidify this, hold it in real good, and then we're gonna get to the colors. All right, it's time to go in with Orly's Polish Shield. So this is a quick drying top coat, and it also creates like a hard shell to protect your paint job from chipping as easily. It also will protect from accidental damage a little bit. So if you put this on before you go in with your nail art and stuff gets a little bit wild, sometimes you can do minimal repairs. So there's that. Definitely don't want to just go straight up nail art on a fresh coat of paint, because that is not solid. All right, now we just need to wait for that to dry. So this is dried down a little bit. Like, it's not totally dry yet, but it's dry enough to start working on it. So we're gonna take these 3 colors. I wanna figure out something with the other 3, but I really like these together. And we're gonna start with this finger because this is the one that's probably gonna need the most layers. We're gonna do a bit of a gradient. So I've got this silicone palette here. I really do like using silicone palettes because they're just so easy to clean. You just peel it off once it's dry. So I'm gonna put some paint on here. All right, so that's a good amount of paint. You can't hardly see it. Yeah, and then we've got this sponge and I've got it pinched in this thing, and I'm gonna try and just kind of get a little bit going on here. I didn't make it very tall, but that's all right. Might have to put some more out towards the end is what it's looking. Get some down here. That should provide us enough. So yeah, we've got it going on here. Now in the middle, you really can't see it very much, but hopefully it'll translate. And so we're just gonna do a bit of a dab. I'm gonna have to hold it against my hand so it's got something to push back against. All right, so we're gonna stop. You need to let your layers dry because if you just continue to go at it, it'll start just to peel up what you've got. So we're gonna stop that right there, and then we're gonna use a cleanup brush to go ahead and get this stuff cleaned off of here. So the next one we're gonna do is actually this one and this one. They're gonna have a bit of a marble, so you can either use another palette, or if you have more space on that palette, you can do it with that as well. So we're gonna put out some of our paint in like rows, because we're gonna have to be able to swirl this together. So we've got some on there, and then you can just get like a dotting tool or something, and you just kind of want to give it a little bit of a mix. Not too much, because it's gonna do most of the work itself. And then typically I like to go in on top of a base coat, a wet layer. The only base coat I seem to have on hand right this moment is this sticky base coat, but whenever, base coat is base coat, right? Just as long as it's lubricated, kind of like a slip layer really is what it is. And then you'll want to use a brush, flat brush, ombre brush, whatever kind of brush you like, and you just want to scoop some and then kind of float it on here. Let it slide off the end of the brush while you kind of wobble it around, and that's how you get your marble going. You can pull it up a little bit as well. And then I want to get some more yellow on here. We'll pull this up this side. Yes. And some more of this purple. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to take this little ombre brush and kind of mush these top bits a little bit so that it's not such a harsh edge, because we're just kind of wanting it to smoke up into the nude. I'm gonna do like this to wipe some of that excess off. And then we're gonna do the same thing where we're gonna get us a little bit of a ombre blend going. A little smoking out. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna just dab these edges a little bit. Perfect. Alright, so we need to come back to this guy. We'll have to get some more paint going though. Of course, that one did dry, so let's get some more out. Alright, and then we'll get our sponge, get it loaded back up, and then let's do another dabby dabby dab. Go all the way across. Yeah, that's a good second layer. I think we're probably gonna do one layer after, one more, with a little more yellow on the end, because I think I would like it to be a little bit more vibrant. But I'll be back once all this is cleaned up and we're ready for the next thing. I'm gonna go in with the Polish Shield and cover these 3 that we've got painted here before we move on, so we can get them started to settling, because they're gonna stay pretty much how they are. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong bottle. That was peel off. We do not want that. I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry before I can cover it with the right stuff, and it's probably going to become an issue later. As you can see, the bottles are misleading. So now we're gonna move on to the ring finger, and we're gonna do the same thing on the thumb actually, especially while we wait for this guy to dry. And I've got this glitter, and I believe anyway, it goes along with the color scheme. So we're gonna try and do a French tip out of glitter. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this cupcake liner to pour my glitter into, like over my nail, but we're only gonna wet where we want the glitter to stick. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I know how it works if you do the whole nail. I don't know how it's gonna work if we're doing just a piece. Perfect timing for this sticky base coat though. Now, let me get this opened up too, because we're gonna have to work kind of quickly. I can say the smile line on here is probably not gonna be super crisp, so I'm probably gonna have to like fill it in a little bit with paint, but that's okay. Yes, I would say so. Wipe off the undersides because we don't want a bunch. And then we've got to like push in the edges. We don't want those sticking out. That's nice and flat. And then we can worry about our top. We want to gently, gently, gently press the top down, because if you get to pressing too hard, it's just gonna stick to your fingers. And we only want to make it like semi-smooth. We'll top coat it in to make it super smooth. Great, maybe I can spill that while I'm at it. But we just don't want to be trying to flatten it after it's dried and it just breaks off. Okay, that seems semi-decent. I am gonna go in with this little dotting tool though, and like the ones that are obviously outside of their lane, see if I can push them back some. I say gently, gently, gently go in and kind of swipe both directions once it's started to dry. Now we can knock any excess off. I've just got like a pile of them here and they don't want to come loose for some reason, but there's too many. I need somebody to get off of here. Let's attempt to do something similar over here. We're definitely gonna have to make this look better in the end though. I've just dumped that all over the desk because I banged my fingernail into it. So that's fantastic. I'm gonna have to clean that up and it's gonna be wasted. Love that for me. So we've got some on here, as you can see, except I barely got it in the camera. So yeah, let's wipe the bottom side so we can get all that out from under there. Let's push our sides in a little bit gently because it is, again, very wet. We just want to kind of lean it down. We can wait for it to be much drier before we go in and do some heavy pushing. Close that before I make a mess. More than I already have. Okay, we're gonna go in with this. It's a top coat-ish. It's called Glitter Grabber. It's supposed to be able to kind of like encapsulate glitter, make it a little bit smoother textured. It is a bit this off color though, so we're gonna see how that affects it. But I'm gonna start off with a layer of this because we want to start to get it kind of smooth before we start trying to paint on top of that. Let's do that and get some going and then smear it all over it. I have not used this product before, so we're learning together. I'm suspecting it's probably gonna take more than one coat though. All right, we'll give that a moment and we'll come back and do some more. All right, let's go in with a little more of the Glitter Grabber and then we're gonna do some more top coating. I think that's actually working pretty well, but I do want to put some more polished shield on these other ones to help get them nice and firm. and also build up a little bit of thickness because the glitter nails are kind of thick and we don't really just want these other nails to be super thin by comparison, 'cause that's kind of weird. We'll let that dry and then I'll come back. All right, so we've got these dried up a little bit, and what we need to do is go in with some paint and kind of crispen up these lines. I think we're just going to go in with the purple to do it, and if we need to do it with a black after, we can. But I'm just going to put some of this out here on this palette. And then we get this liner brush. It's a little bit long so that the lines can attempt to be kind of straight. You want to drag most of that off, but this is not gel, this is nail polish, so you don't want to take it all the way off or it will dry pretty much instantly. But you just want to do this so that you can drag some of that, fill it in on the sides once we get our shape. I know you can't see what I'm doing right here, but this is just the way that I get to do it. That looks pretty similar. Alright, come back, connect them, fill in these little side bits. There we go. And then as for the rest of that, it can kind of just blend itself in when we put the top coat on. And then we want to do the same thing over here. It's going to be a little bit more difficult though because of the angle I've got to work at. And our polish is starting to dry. So, okay. I'm going to try and do it this way. I don't know how well you can see, but bear with me. Well, I'd say that's a fair border. What do you think? Put a little bit more down the sides. Yeah, me too. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this Seche Vive top coat, which I am actually new to, but upon my limited research, this one is supposedly the one that's gonna give us the most gel thickness look to where it's got depth, and that's what we want. So we're gonna put this on and hope for the best. I am not a huge fan of the brush. I don't know why it has this skinny round brush. Be a lot more effective with a wide flatty. Said no dude ever. But I mean, if it stays looking like that, that's pretty cool. Don't know that it will. Okay, that's looking good. Let's do a little coat on the rest of these as well though, so we can go ahead and get them all evened up. And then after that, I'm gonna say that we're done unless we see anything else that needs adjusted or corrected or whatever the case may be. I don't think that's gonna be the way it turns out though. I am also gonna get you some photos. I'm gonna do some of them today, but these will not be completely dried down in those photos. And if I can keep from messing these up, I'm gonna get you some tomorrow when it has had a chance to fully dry so that we can see the difference and how it does end up coming out. So I don't know what that's gonna be just yet, so I'm not able to comment on it, but definitely do comment below what you are seeing and I will be replying to you down there. I don't think you could see these Orly polishes in their best light in this video because some of them are so dark, which is unfortunate because they're all actually really beautiful, and the yellow one is my favorite actually. So let me know what you think of these colors based on what you can at least see, and if you use Orly, let me know if you are a Colorpass subscriber or if you want to get any of these colors if you don't have the subscription box. I highly recommend it though if you like nail polish, because 6 polishes for like 36 bucks is a really good deal, especially in today's economy. Thank you so much for watching my video though, especially if you made it to the end. And thank you for your likes, your comments, your interaction, all of that good stuff. It helps the algorithm, which helps me, and I appreciate that. Make sure you're following me on my socials. Sometimes I post things over there that I don't post here. And always check the description for links, discount codes, all kinds of stuff that is down there. Save yourself some monties. Unfortunately, I don't have a discount code for Orly because they have not offered me an affiliateship, which is unfortunate. Orly, holler at me. I love this stuff. I'll see you in the next video though. Goodbye.